In fact, he does some modeling, clothing, local department stores here in Kentucky. Those shots, though, would have to have been taken before the fight. 1 minute to go in this 9th round.
Darren's a little hot dog, putting his hands behind his back. There's a strange habit he had that you mentioned earlier. Kind of reaching behind himself, scratching his head or whatever.
Maybe had an itch on his back. Certainly, Elio Diaz finding out a little more than he bargained for tonight in Van Horn, a fighter that no doubt he had heard nothing about.
It's obvious both guys are saving their best for last. Neither one wants to work especially hard, especially Darren, because he feels he's way in the lead. Diaz should be putting on tremendous pressure.
Well, if the Van Horn corner came over to take a look at Randy Gordon's scorecard, they should know that they may be mistaken by that and thrown off. But Randy just gave Van Horn another round, and we're into the corner now of Elio Diaz, and according to Randy's scorecard, he needs the knockout in the 10th round. The corner, which is completely Spanish-speaking, looks around at the card and may be surprised that it is the 10th round.
I want you to take him home faster than you ever took anybody in your life. You hear me, Darren? Them knees bent, slipping side to side, bang, bang, bang.
There have been some pretty right hands thrown tonight, but watch this one from the shoulder on the chin. It was back in September we were questioning Darren Van Horn's right hand. He now has a world-class right cross.
Between rounds, Rafito Cedeno, the manager of Elio Diaz, came into the corner and said, "You better knock him out," and showing the big right hand.
There's a swelling underneath the left eye of Elio Diaz, a cut around his right eye, and he just ate a hard left hook to the cheek.
Whatever Diaz has left, he's going to show Van Horn in the next 3 minutes. Randy Gordon has Van Horn way in front on the card. And Cedeno must feel in the hometown of Van Horn that Randy Gordon is probably correct. Remember, Diaz has lost only twice in 37 fights, and that to welterweight champion Donald Curry, a title shot, and also to the up-and-coming star Michael Alajade, his only defeats, and now stands to lose to Darren Van Horn.
Van Horn got hit with a shot on his right eye that hurt him. I'm not sure if he took a thumb, but he is in pain.
He did take a thumb, I would believe, and now bleeding, and now Van Horn is in serious trouble. A minute and a half, a little more than that to go.
But 2 hard left hooks by Van Horn, and he's back in it again.
And Van Horn even smiling. "I'll take your best shots and I'll give it back." And the crowd responding on their feet as they go toe-to-toe in this final round. Van Horn coming alive after he was apparently thumbed. And now Diaz moves Van Horn back. Arena has erupted with a minute to go in the fight, and Diaz goes down.
The first time in his career that he's ever been down, amateur or pro.
Seconds to go.
Darren's right eye is still hurting him bad. He's reaching up, he's grabbing at it. I don't even know if he can see out of it. If he did take a thumb, he could have blurred vision in that right eye.
And now Van Horn is dancing. He is confident. He feels that he has pulled it off here against the world-class Elio Diaz. The schoolboy will get an A on his report card tonight.
Well, he stepped up to that course out that I wasn't sure if he was ready for, and he was more than ready for. Has graduated again with honor.
Diaz knows the score. And 10 rounds now filtering through the head of Darren Van Horn. His greatest moment as a professional fighter. He's 18 years old. In the 10th round, did something that Curry and Olajide could not do to Diaz. Put him on the canvas.
Well, he was angered when he took a thumb in the eye, and he came back furious with a series of left hooks and right hands. It was a big left hook that started it. He kept it going, poured on the pressure, and knocked him down with about 1:40 gone in the 10th and final round. And now, rounds don't get much more exciting than that.
Well, we learned a lot more about Darren Van Horn tonight, and I think so did Darren Van Horn.
There comes a time in every fighter's life, Al, when he's got to find out what he's really made of. Taking all those bums aside and every other thing, he's got to fight a good fight at one time in his life. He did so tonight, and now he knows he has a real future in boxing.
And now the decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, the decision of the judges. Judge O'Brien scores it 98-92. Judge Kemp scores it 98-92. And Judge Anderson scores it 98-94. Your winner and still undefeated, unanimously, Darren Van Horn.
A moment he will remember his whole life. His biggest win, number 29, as he hugs Zilio Diaz. And we will be back and talk to the winner, the undefeated freshman at the University of Kentucky, Darren Van Horn.
We're not a company, but no company has more pride in what they do, or more pride in how well they do it. We offer you a meaningful and fulfilling future, one that goes far beyond the ordinary, one that brings with it the respect and admiration of Americans everywhere. We're not a company, we're your country. We're the Air Force, the Marines, the Army, the Navy. We're the Armed Forces. It's a great place to start.
I saw this demonstration on TV, but I didn't believe it until I tried it myself. On this side, I feel a tingling sensation with Denerex. Here with Selsun Blue, nothing. The tingle tells me that Denerex is doing more.
Both Denerex and regular Selsun Blue have dandruff medicine, but Denerex adds an extra anti-itch medicine many dermatologists recommend.
Feels really good. Refreshing. So long, Selsun Blue. Hello, Denerex.
Get an extra relief medicine. Get Denerex shampoo or shampoo and conditioner.
Hey, bartender.
Yeah, what'll it be?
Just ask me, what do you have?
What'll you have?
Bobbin flavor.
What'll you have?
Bobbin flavor. Give me a Pabst Blue Ribbon, Pabst Blue Ribbon beer. Rockin' taste is what I favor. True blue taste is what I savor. Give me a Pabst Blue Ribbon, Pabst Blue Ribbon beer. You know what we like.
I'm Barry Van Dyke, St. John Hawk of USA's all-new Airwolf. Up in the Airwolf, we operate some pretty sophisticated equipment, and if something goes wrong, we know immediately. Now USA Network will be running some tests, along with your local cable company, to make sure nothing goes wrong with the way you receive USA. If you see something that looks like this, whew, that could be serious. Call your cable company. They're the ones who send you your bill each month, and tell them they've got some work to do to get USA back in the air.
Welcome back to Rupp Arena, and the Baron of the Bluegrass would certainly have been proud of Darren Van Horn. Let's go to Randy Gordon now in the ring.
Well, he's singing Old Kentucky Home, and he has a right to sing. He answered all the questions tonight, I think. Darren, do you feel the same way?
I feel like I'm ready for anybody in the top 10. This is my first well, he was rated number 12, and he came in here. I had a lot more than what I showed, too. I could have probably went 15 at the same pace I was going.
What happened in that 10th round?
He realized that he didn't have a chance anymore. I took all his right hands the whole fight. I caught him all in my glove. I caught a few in the first round on purpose to see what he had. After he realized he didn't have a chance, he tried to thumb me. He thumbed me in the middle rounds, and he barely caught me, but he hit me in that last round, man, and caught me square dead in the eye.
Well, he's 29-0 now, and it's certainly a world-class fighter. I'm going to give to him one of my lollipops. I don't even give Albert any of my lollipops. 29-0 and on his way.
Following boxing, stay tuned to USA Network for 60 minutes of mystery and suspense. The Alfred Hitchcock Hour coming up next. Tonight's boxing was brought to you by Pabst. When someone asks you, what'll you have, say Pabst Blue Ribbon Beer. And by Kentucky Fried Chicken. Kentucky Fried Chicken, we do chicken right.